Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with another video on Snowbreak. Now in today's video what I want to do is go over the top 10 characters in the game. Now obviously this is going to have to include 5 stars on 4-star characters. So hopefully you guys find this video helpful and overall useful. Now I'm pretty sure not everyone is going to agree with my placing, but I put them in like order. So number 1 being the best all the way to number 10 being like the 10th best and whatnot. So there might be certain positions you might want to switch out, but go ahead and tell me down in the comment section whether you agree or disagree. You can go ahead and make your own list down in the comment section as well. Let's go ahead and have some fun. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more content on Snowbreak. If you guys don't want to miss out on future content on the game, make sure you are subscribed and make sure that post notification is on. If you guys find this video helpful, then go ahead and click the like button. Go ahead and show your support, and let's get right into it. So without further ado, let's go over to actually, should we start from number 1 or start from number 10? You know what, let me start from number 10. We go that back in order. So starting at number 10, we have the 4-star Fritia. Now the reason why I added this 4-star Fritia in here, now I know a lot of people will be like, wait, what? Nah, she is a great character. Like I said, this is a top 10, so even the characters are number 10, the character is still among the best in this game. So Fritia is a great supportive character. I feel like her entire skill is all like useful. You can use her standard skill for the interruption, you can use the support skill, which is great supportive role for flame, or not flame, for Yao, 5-star Yao, and you can also use the ultimate as well. Great ability in general. So the reason why I placed her at number 10 is because of the great supportive role she has. Now you're mainly going to be using her if you have her weapon as well, or the 4-star weapon, which is the strawberry something. So if you don't have that weapon, then I guess her supportive role is reduced a little bit, but not too much, because she still has great skills in general. So the weapon you want to be using with her is the strawberry shortcake. This is essentially what is going to make her even greater than she is right now, which is when the support skill is used, deploy operative will gain a bonus of attack equal to 13.2% of attack users attack for 15 seconds. Great, especially when you pair her up with the 5-star Yao. So that 5-star Yao, so that is essentially why this character is at number 10. She is a great character, and I feel like she's kind of better than the 5-star version, even though I placed the 5-star version a little bit higher in terms of the list. But I still think this character in general is just absolutely amazing. Now coming in at number 9, we have the 4-star Acacia. Now I actually want to place this character a lot higher, but I feel like there's only really like one issue you might find with this character, and that is to do with the fact that not everyone, I think not every bosses can be slowed. Now the ability she has with the support skill as well as the ultimate skill is some of the best support skill I've seen in game. Now it doesn't buff up your attack, it doesn't increase your healing or anything like that, it just essentially helps you guys survive. So if you're going against like harder content and you're worried about getting damage, she is a character to use. Now right now in the current if you go over to dispatch, in the current newer simulation, she helped me out considerably against this specific boss, and I honestly feel like I can complete this with level 90. Let's press this again, level 90, do this. I think, no, not this one, I could do all of this essentially, I think, as long as I have the Fritia, simply because the slow ability is insane, stops the enemy from moving and they are slowed. So I think I can honestly do this with just this Fritia, simply because, well, Fritia plus another character, as long as I'm able to use this slow. Now Fritia has 2 abilities that can inflict slow, which is a support skill, which I believe is one of the best support skill in the game, and then we have the ultimate as well, which creates a nightmare zone, which basically slows down enemies and projectiles in the zone. But it doesn't really help you with damage, but it just helps you if you're worried about taking damage. So yeah, that is why I've added this character at number 9. A great character in general. I don't always use her every single time, but when I use her, it's always when I'm going against like harder content and I need that slow. So yeah, coming in at number 8, I included the 5-star Fritia. Now I honestly feel like I should have put this 5-star Fritia to number 10 and put the 4-star version on top. Now I don't actually have the 5-star Fritia, but from her skills I can tell that she's meant to be like your main damage dealer, but the damage is mainly coming from the ultimates. But the ultimate still has an issue in which she stays in one spot, and that's how you do your damage. She shoots a beam of laser and your damage is done through there. Now the rest of the manifestation basically buffs the damage from that, to duration as well, which is absolutely amazing. However, even with the buff which they allowed her to have like some type of defensive ability while she's using it, it's still kind of limiting. You can't use this skill every single content. Some bosses you just don't want to use this at all because the enemy will just hit you multiple times, and if you're just staying in one position, it just makes you liable to damage. So in general, that ability of her is the only real issue with it, or the fact that she can't move is the real main issue with this character. But if she was able to move, she would have been an absolutely amazing character. Now also, there's overall like great damage dealers in this game, so you don't really need to use this character as your main DPS character. Now coming in at number 7, I might get a little bit of hate with this, but I included 5-star Marian. So I put Marian 5-star version at number 7. She is not bad at all, guys. Like I said, this is among the best characters in the game. 5-star Marian is definitely absolutely amazing. I also think you do need her weapon though to make or to see the best ability from her, because the weapon allows you to reload. So if you hit the enemy, she gives you 1 ammo back, which is essentially amazing. So I feel like with her, she shines a lot more with her weapon, but she does have great abilities, especially her standard skill has the ability to auto lock or automatically lock onto a target, which is pretty sick. She's basically meant to be your main damage dealer. I have seen someone actually just use Fritia against one specific boss and able to beat it level 90 of the newer simulation, just using Marian with her weapon. So I do think you need her weapon to, you know, see the best utility from her, and that's why I put her down a little bit, but she is a great character. Now coming in at number 6, we have 2 characters. Yes, I included 2 characters in one slot. So number 6, we have Yao, 4-star Yao, as well as the 4-star Chenxing. Now I'm pretty sure you guys already know why I included them in this video. It's simply because they are the healers in this game. The only 2 healers we have currently, so it makes them very, very important. Now I also think in the future it might be a little bit easier to power creep them, simply because we're only using them simply because they are the best healer in the game. I do think Yao has a little bit of an edge over the Chenxing, simply because Yao's healing follows you around, whereas with Chenxing, actually I didn't even show you the characters I'm talking about. Let me quickly go ahead and show you. So this is 4-star Chenxing and this is 4-star Yao. So like I was saying, 4-star Chenxing, her healing basically deploys a pod which stays in one place. However, the pod has the ability to tank damage as well. So if you put the pod in front, you're going against bosses that shoots like a beam or something like that, you can put the pod in front and the pod should be able to tank it. So you can technically use it a little bit as like a defensive ability as well. I use this in your simulation a lot, where I notice the enemy is doing like great ball of like damage. I just put the healing pod in front and I stay behind it, and the pod is just soaking up the damage, as well as providing me with the healing pad or healing packs. So that is great. So yeah, both characters are absolutely insane. If you're building 2 teams, which you should be for the Purge, what's it called again? Let's go ahead and see what it's called. Dispatch. So Underground Purge. So yeah, you're building 2 teams. You definitely need one of them, both of them in your teams. So yeah, there we go with Yao and Chenxing for number 6. Now coming in at number 5, I have included the 5-star, actually not you, 5-star Chenxing. Now I don't have the 4-star free-to-play weapon that the game has added, so I am looking at this character with the 5-star weapon, and I feel like, okay, without the 5-star weapon, she is not good. So I'm guessing with the 4-star weapon, she is going to be good, decent. So she'll probably be like, not the best character, but she'll be decent. But I think if you have her weapon, she becomes 10 times better. If you have her weapon, her damage becomes absolutely insane. And I do think whilst I have a weapon, she is definitely my 2nd highest dealing damage character in my account. In general, if you're going against multiple characters, she does great AoE ability. I still think you need her weapon, and I don't think you need a weapon, sorry, but once you have her weapon, she's going to be absolutely amazing, and that's why I put her at number 5. Without a weapon, she might have placed a little bit lower. She's also a character that I do think her weapon makes her shine a little bit, so a little bit more than without her weapon, so that's why I've included her at number 5. So yeah, there's certain requirements for her to be absolutely amazing, but yeah, as long as you have the weapon, she will be a great character. Now coming in at number 4, we have Lyfe. This is the 5-star Lyfe. Now we're just like with Chenxing, I do slightly think you might want to get the 5-star weapon for Lyfe, simply because she also needs her manifestation 1. So with Lyfe, you need her manifestation 1, and you also might want to grab the weapon, because the manifestation 1 essentially allows her to able to spam technically. So when equipped with a frost weapon, shots that hit accumulates 10 breath of snow, which allows her to use her standard skill a lot more. Hits the weak spot of the target, accumulates 15 breath of snow. Very good, but as you can see, you need a frost weapon. Now the frost weapons in the game, there is only one that is viable, and even that isn't that great, and I don't even think it will help your damage even. So I think you do need to get her weapon just so you can get the manifestation 1 to work. Like I said, in terms of submachine gun, the only one that gives frost is this one that is good. So after defeating an enemy, recover 0.9 s energy, but you need to defeat an enemy. If you're using her in bosses, this is not going to be that useful in general. The other ones don't have any frost, and if they do have frost, it's a terrible skill. Converts to HP, nah, so not great for her. So I do think you need her weapon as well. You also need to get that manifestation 1. That's why I've placed her at number 4. But I do think once you get her manifestation up a little bit more and you have her weapon, she is top 2 in the game in terms of damage. She also has the ability to freeze, crowd control with literally all of her skills. Standard skill, supporter skill, as well as the ultimate has the ability to freeze. And I think once you start getting manifestation, she can easily beat number 1. I think Frost team is probably the best team to run right now because we have great characters to, you know, overall help the Frost team. But Lyfe is a character that can be useful in the future as well, even if great damage dealer comes out, even better damage dealer, because Lyfe has the ability to freeze. That is something you can't take away from her. Even if her damage isn't that great, the ability to freeze will always just help her out, and she is more future proof than most of the characters in game. So Lyfe coming in at number 4, but honestly can easily be number 1 as you get the manifestation up. Now moving on to number 3, we have Acacia. Now I put her because she's a supportive character. She is more resistant to power creeping, and she is a great supportive character because of that supporter skill, able to decrease all type resistant by 24%. You can place her in any team, but I think more specifically Frost team, because then you can add the logistics that also helps decrease the all type resistance of the enemy of the specific weapon. So if you're using frost type weapon, she just decreases further the resistance of the frost type weapon up to the enemy. So overall, very good ability. She also has the ability to suck in enemies with her ultimate, as well as her supporter skill, and as well as actually, does this suck in? No, it doesn't. It has the ability to freeze as well. So she can freeze with her standard skill. She can do crowd control with her ultimate, and the AoE is huge, so the radius is very nice. The ultimate as well, great sucking ability that sucks in enemies and does frost damage. So in general, she is going to be a versatile character to the Frost team, and she will probably be a staple in a Frost team moving forward, as well as Lyfe. I think Lyfe and Kaguya are 2 staple characters that are more resistant to power creep than many people think. So yeah, number 3 we have Acacia. Now coming in at number 2 we have Yao. Now I actually kind of regret putting her in number 2. Her damage is great, but I feel like there's so many disadvantages with this character as well. So essentially with Yao, I do think you need her weapon to get that damage that everyone is talking about. Now, without that weapon, the other weapon that you would use would be this one over here, but the difference between those two is kind of huge in my opinion. This weapon complements her ultimate, and once you start getting that manifestation for Yao, this weapon, it becomes even better for her. So in general, to get that great damage that she does, you need her weapon. And even when you get her weapon, you also want to use her against bosses. You don't really want to use her against enemies that like surround you, multiple enemies, because she's a sniper character. You have to take your time and aim and shoot. Each ammo counts. Each ammo is very important. You can't miss, or the enemies will surround you and then you're taking damage and she's not protected. Now you can use supportive characters to help her out in terms of tanking damage and being good in most content, but in general it makes it kind of hard to use this character. Yao is still going to be a great single target damage. Once I use her against specific bosses, the damage she does is absolutely insane. very good character, one of the highest dealing damage character in the game. Now obviously you guys already know who is at number 1, and that is Fenny. Fenny is one of the greatest 5-star characters in the game. It's very good for free to play players as well, because you don't need anything for her to be good. You don't need a manifestation, you don't need a specific weapon. You can also get a 4-star weapon I'm using easily, and you don't need a weapon as well, and she's just a free to play character in general. Once you start building her up with the manifestation and the weapon, she just gets even better. So with Fenny, she's a great damage dealer. She has the ability to stun. She does insane amount of damage. She breaks armor very fast as well. So in general, Fenny is the greatest, one of the best characters in the game, if not the best character in the game. Now I feel like a lot of people might disagree with some of the positioning I added for specific characters. Many people might notice that I didn't include specific characters as well, but like I said, this is top 10. There is so many great characters in this game. We are currently suffering with success because all the characters are very good. But yeah, this is my ranking for the top 10 characters in the game. If you disagree, go ahead and tell me down in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.